Okay, gem car lovers, this is Grant, and I'm going to try and go over my 2002 gem car front to back. Warning, this video is going to be long, so if you're trying to get somewhere quick, then next. So this car started off as a 2002 E4, and I've done what I think is probably all I can do to it, and then I keep doing more. So first off, I'd like to say nothing on here is completely unique. Everything is a kind of a collaboration of stuff I've seen over the time, and I don't mean to be a name dropper, but if I see something and I like it, I'm gonna use your idea and try and make it my own and do a different flavor on things. So first off, I think we can't talk about gem cars without talking about innovation. He's been a great inspiration. I've seen a lot of stuff he's done, and I think he does some pretty amazing work. That said, I've kind of just taken his spin on things and put my own flavor on it. So let's start off. The car is Ford Grabber Blue. That is an original color from 1969. I think it ended up on the Boss first, but I can't be sure. My buddy Harold at Aaron's Body Shop painted this car completely. I took it apart. Every panel was taken off, and including the floor pan, and it was painted inside and out. Everything is undercoated from the backside. Let's start up top. This is a custom-made roof rack. It's made from 4130 chromoly. Bill Lindsay made it. I took the roof off the car, brought him the complete top end of the car, and he made this roof rack. It's sort of close to what the innovation guys do, but it's a little bit different. You know, it mounts on the top rail here, and I used all round tube here instead of square. And the side-tracked off-road LED bar, actually the wires run through the roof and down in here into the system. What actually turns on and off the light bar is a foot stomper switch there, old school stomper. So it's really cool to stomp on that and at night to light up the situation. I'm using the same brand side-tracked off-road. That's a 6 LED floodlight configuration. I think they're 40 watts each, square pucks. And as you can see, I kind of Frenched them in to the headlight buckets. You can take a look at them from the back side. I used casting resin and some other little doodads to kind of square them up. Let's see, what else we got here. All the rubber in the car is all brand new. NEV Accessories, a great company out of Arizona there, the Think Shop. They sell all this rubber. You can get a complete kit for around 70 bucks. Which is kind of nice. All the welting, everything around here I got from them. It's all brand new. I added some of my own kind of welting. And what this really does is this stops a lot of the inherent squeaks these cars have as you drive down the road. They tend to just squeak and rattle, and so putting welting wherever you can tends to just quieten them up a little bit. I added some extra grab handles from some cars I've sort of absconded along the road. It's got a Wetsounds Stealth 10 Bluetooth soundbar. This thing is incredible. Tim White at Wetsounds is an awesome dude. He just makes some amazing stuff. This thing pairs with your phone, and it rocks. Under the rear seat, we'll get to that in a little bit, has got two of the 6-inch subwoofers and a 300 watt sub amp. Let's see, we'll move up here to the dash. Dash has been pretty stock. It's got a few little doodads up here. This switch actually turns on my reverse lights. So if we go back here, and these things suck backing up at night. So I got some K-Well, they're like 30 watt off-road waterproof lights, and they light up the rear quite nicely. These are seats out of a Mitsubishi Eclipse. I believe they're like a 2001, 2002. And Patrick over at Hot Buddy Innovations, he did all the upholstery work. So there's like a a suede insert with a blue French seam stitch on there, front and rear. And he added all this this pleating and this kind of contour, which is kind of nice. All the foam is shaved. The floor mats are stock gem. I actually ground all the nubs out of them, and then I used a marine grade carpet in there. So that's real nice on your feet. That's a just an add-on foot pedal from BRP. Stock mirrors from NEV Accessories. These are G-line wheels. They're 17x8, wrapped in these 195/40/17 tires. They've got the NEV Accessory disc brake kit, which I can't say enough about. It's awesome. Let's see, we'll take a look at the air shocks. It's got progressive 416 series air shocks up front and rear. And you can start to see a little bit of a hint of a sway bar right there. That's from a company called Rath Racing. Daryl Rath at Rath hooked me up with that. It's a custom little deal there, but it's pretty cool. The car is lifted. It has a lift kit from a gentleman named Rodney Deal out of Florida. You can see this is one of the extensions that lifts it, and then it's there's like this black piece right here is a 4-inch lift right there. So it sort of just body lifts the car. More about the lift in the back here. These are shock extensions that lift the rear shocks, which are again the same progressive 416 air shocks. It's got the 1.25" NEV accessory wheel spacers on the rear, and the reason for that is the 40mm offset on these tires tend to place the wheel to where it's kind of rubbing in this direction. So by moving the wheel out, you could see that the rear wheels with the 40mm offset are pretty much dead in the center. The fronts have a 1/4-inch spacer. It's a little bit smaller than the rear, but this actually helps my turning, because without this spacer, when you turn on the passenger side, this side of the wheel tends to come in contact with the motor there. So by spacing the wheel out, it gives me a little more clearance. Steering rack is stock. Front A-arms are stock. That is a 9.6 horsepower motor I got from Marlin at MZ Motorsports. It's got a flight control systems 500 amp T2 controller in it. It's got a Delta Q charger that has been upgraded to charge lithium. Yes, this car has a lithium kit in it. Just bear with me for a second. I'll take the rear seat off here. Okay. So there is the Nissan Leaf lithium battery that powers this car. There's the Wetsounds subs that we talked about earlier. Let's see. This is a 20 cell, I believe it's 80 amp hour lithium manganese battery that came out of a Nissan Leaf. There's approximately 5 of these size batteries that are all combined together to give you a full Nissan Leaf pack. So we've broken up 1/5 of a Nissan Leaf pack and put it in there. So that pushes the car along quite nicely. We ejected about 420 pounds of flooded lead acid out of the car to exchange for this 98-pound Nissan Leaf battery. So the car, all the 12-volt accessories like the stereo and the underbody LED kit and all the 12-volt stuff, the light bar and the headlights and stuff, it's all powered with a 12-volt Bosch battery that sits back here. That's a pretty big battery box, but the battery is about half the size of that, and it has a battery tender that charges that. So everything that's 12 volts is run on a separate system. So if you decide to park and play the stereo for an extended time, that's not going to affect your range, which is quite nice. What else can we go over here? I think I showed you in this other review this BMS that we have hooked up here. This is a 20-cell BMS system that monitors the battery quite nicely. Let's go back here. That is a motorcycle LED rear license plate light, which lights up the rear quite nicely. The rear trunk actually has all quick release, so those right there unhook, and there's high voltage disconnect there, so you could take the trunk off and all the 12-volt accessories would, they'd lose power, but the trunk isn't permanently connected to the car like you think it would be. Yeah, that's about all I can really think of now. I'm sure after the video's over I'll think of more stuff that I left out, but that's pretty much it. I'm actually embarrassed to admit I have about 15 grand into this thing. Yes, if you have $15,000 into a gem car, you should be embarrassed like me. No, but seriously, they're quite expensive and a lot of time, but I really like it and enjoy it. I hope you've got some information out of this video and can use it to help your project. If you have any questions, please post them in the comment section and I'll do my best to answer right away. All right, thanks.